This is me at age 10, and this is my brother Timmy. I never felt close to Timmy. He was always more of a nuisance than he ever was a brother. But he always held one special place in my heart. Have you ever set a trap? Delicately set up every detail, covering your tracks, keeping your prey unsuspecting, unwittingly eating out of the palm of your hand. The rush you feel when it all starts to unfold. The excitement of having a living human being reduced to nothing more than a puppet on a string. And then it just sort of happens.
Dad, come with me! No! I got my catapult out on the tree fort. Go get it! No. Go get my catapult! No. Go get my catapult!
I love it when a plan comes together. The beauty of it was that it looked like a horrible accident, when in reality, I was the one who sawed away at the rope with my pocket knife. I was the one who sent Timmy clambering up to the treehouse. I was the one who caused Timmy to spend 8 weeks in traction. But nobody knew. Nobody knew it was me. This is my day job. Good morning. How's the computer?
Well, I put in the CD that you sent for my photos.
Yes, the imaging software.
Yeah, that's it.
And did it work? Can you upload your images?
Well, I put it in like you said and hit next. And then it said it was installing.
Yes.
Well, then it did the funniest thing. It said I needed to restart my computer. Does that mean I need to bring it in?
This is what I have to deal with on a daily basis. It's like some sort of God sends them, one after another, day after day, just to test my patience. But I don't let it get to me. I resist the urge to smother her face till she's no longer breathing. But of course, I agree to help, because deep down, I'm a people person. I like to help people. After work, I usually go for a drive. It's where I think the best, when my mind is most clear. In 2012, there were almost 1,500,000 accidental deaths in the United States alone. A large percent of those were road accidents. A smaller percentage were industrial accidents. And a much smaller percentage were caused by me. Let me explain. Two years ago, I started thinking, what's a creative guy like me doing stuck behind a desk in a computer shop? I couldn't help thinking my talent was wasted. I enjoyed my job, but I was missing something. I just couldn't figure out what it was. Then, I remembered that day when Timmy broke his leg. I remembered the satisfaction I felt at what I had achieved. I'd never felt like that before. Or since. What had I done with my life? Where did it all go wrong? This is Mrs. Bell. She's been coming to my shop for as long as I can remember. She likes role-playing games, swords, sorcery, all that. Mrs. Bell was never one for small talk, but we knew each other well enough. Mrs. Bell. Oh, the hard drive again? I'll take a look at it. So, what's wrong with your face? Are you okay?
Oh, it's nothing. I just had an accident.
Oh. An accident. Yeah, right. I knew why Mrs. Bell played all these games. It was because her husband was a drunken asshole. Playing games was her only means of escape. I felt a pang of sadness seeing her face like that. It wasn't the first time I'd suspected he was beating her. But this time I knew for sure. This time, I wasn't gonna stand for it.
Oh, thank you so very much.
No problem.
Thank you, James.
No problem.
Take care.
Yeah, you take care too. Have a good day.
You too.
My wife and I haven't had sex in months. It's not that she refuses to. It's more of a mutual agreement. Yeah. Our sex life died out pretty soon after we were married. Marriage changes people. Sometimes I wonder what we ever saw in each other. You reach an age where marriage just makes sense. It's a comfort zone. At least, that's what I tell myself. That night, all I could think about was Miss Bell and that prick husband of hers. She probably thought her marriage was a comfort zone too. She probably thought things would get better. Maybe she even thought she deserved a beating every now and then. Truth is, she didn't deserve any of it. She just took it because she didn't know what else to do. She could log onto a server and live out her dreams. In an online fantasy world. It shouldn't have been like that. She deserved to live out her dreams in the real world. Everyone's entitled to a dream. That night I made a conscious decision to help Mrs. Bell. I knew she never asked for help herself, so I decided to take matters into my own hands. I decided to kill that worthless piece of shit husband of hers. Killing would be the easy part. Getting away with it would prove more troublesome. I thought back to what I did to Timmy. It was the perfect crime because, on the face of it, there was no crime. It was an accident. Everybody knows. Accidents happen. Over the years, I've come to appreciate the immense power of the internet. You can learn anything online. Absolutely anything. I already knew that Mr. Bell had a heart condition. His wife told me so herself. She was always running off to the pharmacy to pick up his prescription. Lazy fucker rarely even left the house. Now, he may not look it, but this guy was rich. Filthy, stinking rich. He made a killing in the building trade, then retired early to a life of beer and TV. I watched his house every night for a week, and every night I saw the same thing. What a life. Mrs. Bell deserved better. I got the poison from India. The seeds of a peculiar wildflower that were virtually untraceable.
What are you doing?
I'm baking a cake.
Why on earth are you baking a cake at 1 a.m?
Because it's the only time I get some peace and quiet.
Doesn't explain why you're doing it.
It's for a valued customer. His birthday's coming up.
Hope you don't expect me to help.
If I expected you to help, I would have asked. Besides, I don't want to poison the man.
Well, try not to burn the house down. Don't wake me when you come to bed.
Don't worry, I won't. Now, obviously, I didn't want Mrs. Bell to eat my delicious cake. That would be disastrous. Luckily, she told me she was on a strict diet. I did worry, though. I mean, it was one tasty-looking cake. I had to resist the urge to eat it myself. Not bad for a first-time effort. It turned out my fears of getting caught were unjustified. The seeds did their job. There was never any suspicion over the cause of death. No one questioned the arrival of the mystery cake. Mrs. Bell was probably so relieved to be free of the prick. She never gave it a second thought. I never saw her again after that. I heard she sold the house and bought a villa in Monte Carlo. Monte fucking Carlo. The girl had taste, I'll give her that. So I'd lost a customer, but I gained something far more valuable. Something I'd been searching for all these years. A sense of worth. That warm, fuzzy feeling one gets from having helped someone. From having done something naughty and gotten away with it. I felt great.
Where the fuck have you been?
Hi, honey. How was your day?
Don't give me that! It's 11:30! Where the hell have you been?
I went for a drive.
For 5 fucking hours?
Yes! For 5 fucking hours!
Why didn't you call?
Since when do you care where I go in the evenings?
Since I found this in your closet? It's not even my fucking size!
Uh-oh.
Well, are you even going to explain?
It's not your size.
Not even close.
Looks bad, doesn't it? Funnily enough, there's a perfectly innocent explanation for the lingerie. Well, not perfectly innocent. See, a few weeks after the whole incident with Mrs. Bell, I was left with this empty feeling inside. I found myself longing for another Mrs. Bell. I spent my days hoping some distressed damsel would just waltz into my shop in need of help. That day never came. But then, just as I was ready to give up, good old internet came to my rescue. Broken Homes is a web forum for victims of domestic abuse. In the coming months, this website would be my online home. The tales of sorrow and abuse really touched my heart. I became their confidant, their virtual shoulder to cry on. They would tell me everything, safe behind their barriers of anonymity. I realized I could help these people. Every last one of them. They all had a common problem, a problem that could so easily be solved. I was patient. I listened. I gained their trust. Then, I popped the question. There weren't many takers at first. Most people thought I was some kind of nut job. But then, little by little, the requests came in. A stockbroker. Not only cheating on his wife, but beating her too. His wine has a secret ingredient. His wife now lives in Hawaii. As word got around, I was getting more and more requests for my services. I realized there was money to be made. Sure, I was doing this out of my love for humanity. But the bottom line is, I'm a businessman. And we all dream of being paid for something we love. So I set up my own website. Being a computer technician has its advantages. It wasn't too much trouble to bounce my website off thousands of servers worldwide to keep my anonymity intact. I placed subtle adverts on various web forums like Broken Homes, and it wasn't too long before I had my first paying customer. Business was unpredictable. Sometimes I'd get nothing for months. Then I'd get 3 requests at once. I'd only accept the ones that involved domestic abuse. I needed to be sure my targets were deserving of a grisly death. I learned that people are predictable. They follow strict routines. All I needed to do was intercept. This one brought my kill count to 9, and not once did I arouse the suspicions of the authorities. I was a fucking natural. The lingerie was a prop for my next assignment. I'd planned to celebrate kill number 10 with something special. But this was gonna take some explaining. And despite what you might think I cared about my wife, I decided to shelve my plans for the time being. I hadn't slept in 3 days. I couldn't put my finger on why. My wife wasn't talking to me, but that was nothing new. I had 2 new assignments to complete, but for some reason I just wasn't in the mood. Was this it? Was I losing the buzz? It had been almost 2 years, and every time felt better than the last. I was earning money, helping people, and enjoying myself as well. So what was the problem? Maybe I was getting old. Then it happened. It had to be a mistake. I mean, who would want to kill me? Seriously. It was no mistake. And there was only one person it could have been. I might not have been the best husband, but murder? I couldn't help thinking it was a little extreme. I mean, here was a man who'd spent 2 years of his life ridding the world of bad husbands. What does a guy gotta do to get some respect? I decided to play along, just to see what happened. My services didn't come cheap, and I knew she couldn't afford to pay what I was asking.
Hi, honey.
Honey? Huh. This was gonna be good.
How was your day? There's something I wanted to ask you.
What is it, darling?
You remember Bob, don't you?
Bob? Bob. Oh, yes, your brother from New Zealand.
He's in a lot of debt, James. They're going to take his farm if he doesn't make the next payment.
Never would have guessed. How much does he need? Let me see. She has around $3,000 in her savings account. My fee isn't even 10. So that leaves us with
7,000?
Jesus, Kate, that's a lot of money.
I know it's a lot to ask, but he's desperate. He promises he'll pay us back when he remortgages the house. What are you doing?
I can't believe he wouldn't talk to me himself. Hello. Bob? Yes, it's James. What time is it over there? Sorry if I woke you, it's just that Kate said that you had a problem. Oh. Yes, I realize it is a lot to ask. Okay. Well, I will talk with Kate and then we'll get back to you. Okay. Sounds like he's had a tough time.
He has.
We'll help him. Because he's family after all, and family is the most important thing. Isn't it? Scheming bitch. So, the money went through to Bob's account and was promptly transferred back to mine. I had to give her credit for involving Bob in all this, but I couldn't help but wonder what I'd done to deserve it. Bob was now a willing accomplice in my murder, and I'd only ever met the guy once.
What are you doing?
Hi, honey. I thought I'd cook dinner tonight. Spaghetti, your favorite.
You don't have to do this.
I wanted to. How about your favorite Cabernet? It's about time someone treated you.
Wait!
What is it?
You can't put wine in the sauce.
Why not?
Because you can't.
A little wine goes a long way.
Just don't. I don't like it.
You've never complained before.
I don't like it. Okay?
You're the boss. What's wrong?
I don't feel like drinking tonight.
Why not? Remember our honeymoon? We drank gallons of the stuff.
I have some pills from the doctor. They don't mix well with alcohol.
Oh. Why didn't you tell me? Is everything all right?
It's nothing really, just a virus.
Shame about Bob, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking maybe we could visit him sometime after he pays us back.
Oh.
I've always wanted to visit New Zealand, and then would be as good a time as any.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Okay. It's settled then. I'll look into it at work tomorrow. That sure is lovely. Sure I can't tempt you at the drop? You know I love you, Kate, don't you?
What?
I know I haven't been around much lately, and it may seem like I've been neglecting you. But I do love you. Whatever happened to us? When did it get so stale?
Why are you saying this now?
One of us had to.
2 fucking years and you're saying this now? What do you expect? You act like I don't even exist.
That's not true.
You don't care about me. You only care about how I make you feel. You couldn't give a damn about anyone but yourself.
Is that really what you think?
Take a look at yourself. If your ego was any bigger, it'd have its own area code. You think I'm just here to make you feel better about yourself. That's not how it works. That's not how marriage works.
So that was it. She wanted me dead. My own wife. The woman was clearly insane.
I thought you were
Dead.
sleeping.
You can drop the act, Kate.
What are you talking
That
about?
money wasn't really for Bob, now was it?
Of course it was. What do you think?
I know what the money was for.
How? How can you know?
Because it's sitting in my offshore bank account, gaining interest as we speak.
I don't understand.
I'm surprised at you, Kate. If you wanted me dead, why didn't you just do it yourself? You'd be surprised how easy it is. All it takes is a little creativity. Quite a coincidence, wouldn't you say?
You killed me.
I help people. People not unlike yourself. But my customers are far more worthy of help than you.
You monster.
You hire someone to kill me and then use my money to pay for it? Who's the monster, Kate? Who?
How dare you?
Who are you calling?
Get off of me!
Think about it, Kate. You're implicated here. The police won't be so accommodating once they've heard what you've done.
What I've done? What about you?
Frankly, I should be knighted for what I've done. I only ever kill bad people. They had it coming to them. What could I have done to make you want to kill me?
You didn't love me!
And that's the reason for murder, is it?
Get your hands off!
Until you tell me why.
You can't even see it, can you? You can't even see past your own fucking ego!
You fucking bitch! Jesus, I'm sorry.
Get out! I never want to see you again.
I couldn't stay away. I couldn't believe what I'd become. I had to fix what I'd done. But then, as if weight had been lifted off my shoulders, for some reason, I actually felt relieved when I saw them. I wasn't ashamed of what I'd done. Not the killings, anyway. The only regret I felt was for my wife. I'd become so caught up in helping these women that I lost sight of what was really important. I thought about Kate a lot while I was awaiting trial. I imagined her happy, free from the shackles of our marriage. That's how I like to think of her. The way she was before we were married. With me gone, she could be that person again. I felt happy for her. She deserved it. The irony is that it wasn't Kate who called the police. One of my clients was so happy with my services, she decided to send an email expressing her gratitude. Only, she clicked the wrong name in the address book and sent it to her late husband's lawyer. I couldn't blame the woman. It was an easy mistake to make. And everybody knows that accidents happen.